Hey Jordan, how's it going? Oh, this setup is so rushed. Let's see. Mm, I'm currently looking at something else. So sorry if I. Hold on, I'm setting some things up. We'll just we'll have to make this work. This is just casually hiding my face. How's everyone doing? Hey Faith, hey Jordan, hey Valerie, hey the space between. Hey Selena, hey Henry. Yeah. This is just sorry. I really wanted to live stream this because I'm kind of in shock. Like even though I have all this like negative stuff going on in my life, like I'm literally about to hit 10K subs, which is just wild to me. Look, I'm at a loss for words. And if you watch any of my videos, you know it takes a lot for me to be at a loss for words. Uh, I know, Annabelle. I'm sorry. You can watch me hit 10K and then go to bed. Hey Simone, how's it going? Hey embellished. Holy cow, you're so damn close. Yeah, thank you, Lisa. Thank you for dropping in. Yeah, I don't know how I got here, um, which is just wild. It's been a crazy journey on YouTube. This is just a huge road like milestone for me, and I really wanted to hit 10K on a live stream. Um, I may or may not have asked some of my Discord members to unsubscribe from me, because I was about to hit 10K when I was sleeping, and so but yeah, no, Henry, I haven't been active in your comment section. Was busy with uni, but 10K, these milestones are going by so fast. Yeah, Henry, by all means, focus on uni. No harm, no foul. But yeah, 10K is just so absolutely wild for me. Uh, I remember I hit 100 at the beginning of December last year, and I was like, okay, this makes sense. And then I had a video blow up about my ex fiance, and I hit 2,000 out of nowhere, and I was kind of in shock. Truth be told, I thought I would still be struggling to have 1K like this right now. So to be literally one sub away from hitting 10K is just super weird. um, Gotta time that 10K. So right. Hey, I like birds. How's it going? Hey, Rosanna. I've been saying your name wrong this whole time. It's definitely Rosanna. Such such a YouTuber thing to do. It definitely is. Oh, I have emotion. Oh, no, we're not having emotion on stream. Uh, um, yeah. I'm uncomfortable just because I'm like emotional and I'm very good at being like open and honest, but not so good at being emotional, especially in front of people. It feels cringy. It feels disingenuous for whatever reason. Um, I don't know. Like I set out with this goal to transform my hardship into stuff that could help people, and I remember feeling so stupid and silly and reckless and arrogant and all these other emotions, and being like, okay, like why are you even doing this? Like what's the point in this? And then for 11 months my channel floundered. 11 months of pouring my like heart and soul into content and none of it doing well, which is just like the nature of the game. I didn't take it personally. And then everything changed. And I've had literally hundreds of people reach out to me. I have thousands of subscribers now. It's just weird. I have a lot of talks with people, and I just feel like some dude, like uploading videos to YouTube. Um, I don't know. Sorry. I always get really like, awkward when I'm emotional. Um, let's see. Hey Jacob, how's it going? I have emotion. Just another YouTube account. You hit 10K. Wait, is it 999 or 10K yet? I don't know. It says 999 on my screen. You can cry on stream. It's not cringy. If anything, it's authentic. Um, yeah, I don't really do well with emotion because like even positive emotions are kind of locked in this box with all these negative emotions, and so to feel positive emotions means I normally have to immediately feel negative emotions. Um, I don't know, like it's just a number, right? Like I'm not I'm not excited because I'm 10K subs or like I'm gonna be some famous YouTuber. It just means a lot because I set out with this goal to try to take, I don't know, these really difficult moments in my life, and turn them into something beautiful. And I don't know, sometimes I feel so stupid. Uh like being a YouTuber and talking about the things I talk about are not easy. There are future videos that I'm gonna cover that are not easy. Trying to work through my depression and do all of this with ethics and morality has not been easy. Um, I don't know, but it's just meant so much to me, and the fact that like I've made even the smallest impact of people on people means a lot. And then I just have so many goals and aspirations, and I just want to help people because I've just seen so much suffering in my life, my friends, my ex, my own life, just all around me. And I don't know. Ultimately, like I just have a YouTube channel, right? Like I can't help you all directly, but I just want to do the things that I can. And so hitting 10K isn't this thing of like, oh, like a number or something. It's just validation that like maybe this thing that I set out to do forever ago that felt so stupid and dumb, like is valid. Like maybe something I can be successful at, that like maybe I'm doing it right and correct, and that I have a place here on YouTube, that like my voice has value. And yeah, so I don't know, I'm gonna take a second to read comments and be a little less emotional. I'll be right back. Let's see. The wake up call. Yes, so happy for you. Thank you. You deserve it. You deserve this, and you are doing so much good for others while you move up the ladder. Definitely. Thank you. Hey, Rosalind, how's it going? Just another YouTube account says 10K when you go on to YouTube search at your channel. Okay, cool. Sometimes it will round up when it's one away like this. Greg, yo, Eastbound. How old were you when you moved out, and when did you get your first house? So I live in a house that my family owns. My grandma, my grandfather passed away and left it in his will to all my siblings and I. So that's where I live. I don't own my own home. So Valerie, I'm smiling ear to ear. So happy for you, dear friend. It's been a sad Sunday, so good news always cheers me up. Always good to see you and spend time with you. Thank you so much, Valerie. Oh, Rylan, hey, how's it going? Rylan's another patron of mine. So strings and a bunch of Rosalind. I don't understand how you don't have more subs. I don't. Oh, I don't know how to say your name. Martian. Thank you. I'm just thankful to have the subs that I have. I'm blown away. I thought I'd still be struggling to get 1K. So to have 10K is just wild. It's achievement. Be proud. Crying with you. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you so much for being my friend. Jacob, I'm hugging you, bro. Proud of you. Thank you. CJ, this is such a beautiful moment. Stop. I hate you all. You are something. You are Christopher freaking East. You've helped so many get through so much, myself included. Lisa, it's not stupid, my dude. It's very meaningful. You don't have to be some big shot to be proud of yourself. You're doing such an amazing job. Give yourself the credit. I know that's hard, but you really do deserve it. Love you, East. The space between another person on my Discord. I don't know. It's just like weird. Like I didn't think I could ever be successful talking about the things that I talk about on YouTube. Some of my most meaningful videos, my most popular videos, trying to spread awareness about people taking DMP and potentially dying. And I have so many people that have commented that my video dissuaded them from taking a potentially life-ending chemical. That means the world to me. I shared my experiences and my mistakes with my ex-fiance's eating disorder. That's meant the world to me. I've talked about my suicidal ideation openly. I've talked about trying to process trauma. I've disclosed that I have an eating disorder. I don't know. All these things really do happen to me, and they're really difficult to deal with. And I've been struggling for a long time. But my channel is about helping people and just being honest, being brutally honest. And so to find success in that, and not only find success, but in encouragement and support and people going out of their way to share their stories with me. Like I would have never thought any of this was possible. So I'm kind of floored at the moment, truthfully. I don't really know how to react. But yeah, this is pretty cool for me at the moment. Quality over content, but like you should have more subs. Okay, can I get the Discord link? Yeah, I can. If you, the Discord's kind of like invite only because I'm still trying to figure it out. But if you reach out to me on social media, I can definitely send you the Discord link. I just don't want to open it completely to the public yet because we're still trying to figure it out and set rules in place and stuff like that. Hey Shakira, you're here to roast me. You're such a fool for thinking we're not also crying right now. Your videos had such an impact on me. You deserve this and more. P.S. It's pronounced Roseanne. Rosanna. There we go. Sarah at HM. Hey Sarah, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Right now, I'm happy, and life is strange. It's filled with crazy, like there's some things going on in my personal life that I haven't talked about on YouTube yet, and that's really hard for me to deal with. But you know, I'm just gonna take the moment to bask in the happiness of this thing right now. Let's see. Greg says I've been depressed for 12 years and finally recently getting over it. 12 years is one hell of a long time to be depressed, Greg. I'm happy you're finally getting over it. Simone, totally crying with you. You did an amazing job. Celebrate this major win. Thank you, Simone. That's fair. No need, no pressure. Thought it was public. No problem. I'm more than happy to have people enter it. If you reach out to me on Instagram or email, I'll definitely hit you up with a link. The wake up call. Your videos resonate so much. Your videos resonate with so many people, and you were very healing. Keep going until you reach a million. I mean, I don't know about a million or a silver play button. I've never been fixated on numbers. As long as I'm creating videos that I feel like have value and are helpful, and I don't feel like I'm being disingenuous, wherever the number goes, I'm happy with. Yeah, like it would be cool to have, like, I don't know, a silver play button or something like that. But for me, like, my goal is really to impact people and in all the ways that I can, which feels weird that I have any kind of positive thing to say or add. But yeah, I don't know, a million and all that. That seems pretty far fetched. See. Holy shit! Oh, oh my god. So I have 10,006 subscribers now. I have 5 digits in front of my channel. Oh, it's so awkward. Oh wow. Christopher East, you could never be disingenuous, and Christopher East could never be in the same sentence. You're so authentic and amazing. Yeah, sorry. I'm not ever like, I am always so articulate and always know how I'm feeling, but in this moment, I kind of have to process it. um, wow. I'm trying so hard not to have like a weird emotional breakdown. This is cool. This is crazy. Um, Embellish, your authenticity has meant so much to me. Virtual hugs as always. Thank you. Rosalind, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, babe. Bathe in the these chunky vibes. That's the most Rosalind thing you could possibly say. I'm crying, so happy for you. Yeah, it's weird that other people would be that happy for me, but it means a lot. 10,000 people like your content enough to subscribe to it. That is wild, honestly. Oh my god, Roz. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I've been working on videos that talk about suicidal ideation. One of the most important goals in my life, is I've dealt with suicidal ideation. I watched my ex nearly take her life, and then, I have someone else in my life currently dealing with suicidal ideation. It's played a huge part in my life, and I'm working on videos to try to like help spread awareness and education. But there's something that I haven't been open and honest with you all about because it involves another person. And so the video I'm working on right now dives into that. But, lately I've been super drained and exhausted because I'm combating my own suicidal ideation. I'm trying to work to heavily understand suicidal ideation in general. I've been interviewing people. I have someone else in my life who's suicidal. So right now, life sort of sucks. And it's really emotionally overwhelming to like have, something positive happen. And I don't know, there's been so many other things that I've like given my life value with, but have been toxic. For instance, for a long time, the only way I thought I had value was through my body. So I was so proud of my body. I worked so hard at like work. I was very self-destructive, self-hatey. I have eating disorder. I would abuse myself through fitness. But I thought to myself, as long as I had value, then, it was fine. And one of the reasons why I quit self-harming with fitness that I haven't talked about yet is because of you all. When my channel finally hit 100 subs and then 1,000 subs, and my channel is this purely healthy endeavor to add value to my life, And so the second I saw value in myself outside of my body, that in this purely healthy endeavor that I've taken up, which is YouTube and talking about hardship and trying to help people, it was that moment where I was like, okay, like it's not just my body anymore. Like I can have value in my thoughts and my ideas, my content. And the second I shifted my value from this toxic thing to this healthy thing, like that's when I was able to quit the bulimic part of my eating disorder. Still have binge eating disorder. I'm still struggling with that. But like you all, and the validation and the support you're giving me and open up to me, like that's the reason I was able to quit fitness finally. That was the reason why I was able to stop self-harming and try to be healthier. It is because you all showed me that I had value and that my content has value. Oh my God, you all are doing the most with the super chats. Congratulations! I'm so happy to be here to witness this moment. Happy 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, Rachel. I appreciate the super chat. Lisa, congrats, dear friend. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. It always blows me away when people send me money. It's unexpected, or it's really humbling, and I appreciate it sincerely. Suad, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate you all so much. Eunice, hey, how's it going? Thank you for jumping in the chat. Nicole Chamorro, how's it going? Nicole's one of my best friends. Means the world to me. So yeah, my YouTube channel just means so much because it's a reflection of my life, right? I'm not here to shit talk other people's content. Some people want to entertain people. Some people want to show people how to do things. Other people talk about mental health and well-being. YouTube is for music. It's for so many amazing, beautiful purposes. Yeah, there's some people that have bad intentions on YouTube. It's not my place to talk about. But my channel is the most raw look into my like hardships and the things I've been through. And so it's tough. Had people rejected me or heavily criticized me or taken issue, like they would have been taking issue directly with me, my life experiences, and how I go about things. Not that I'm looking for validation through YouTube, but nonetheless, like the fact that I do get so much support, like you're not necessarily just supporting the channel, like the channel is very much an extension of me. So it's just super weird. God damn it, Nicole. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you money. I'm poor. Don't worry, Strings. I know you're already a patron. You do enough as it is. Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Love you endlessly. I have to sleep so bad. Long day at work. Yeah, the space between and all my European friends. Please go to bed. Like I hit 10K. You don't need to be up any longer. I appreciate it so much. Jordan, goddamn, Jordan, you're already a patron. You don't have to add money. But thank you. I appreciate it. Edward, congratulations, man. This is well deserved. You've helped me and many others. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm blown away. I'm really happy. Um, with YouTube, sometimes like it's no, it's sometimes hard to engage with because I do talk about such active issues in my life, and so to create videos is often very draining. And sometimes I do get some pretty harsh criticism and some nasty comments. I got a funny one recently, someone saying I like faked my near-death experience and I was full of shit and just looking for attention. That was fun. Let's see. Hey David, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Your channel has helped me so much. It's helped me to process my own trauma, encouraged me to seek therapy. You're creating a space that a space for so many people to heal. That's honestly my goal is, I want to represent that men can be open. I want to represent that men can talk about their trauma. I want to represent that people in general should be able to talk about their trauma, that there shouldn't be shame about these things. Also, I've destroyed a good chunk of my life. I've caused so much misery in my life and other people's lives. And if I can do anything to help people avoid those mistakes, I may not always have answers for you all, but I definitely have some things you should avoid. Hey, Chris, how's it going? How are you coping? My life is a weird mix. Right now, I'm really happy. My next video, I think, will go into some really difficult things at the moment. We'll see if I make that video or not. I just sent you money to make you uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't like anytime anyone compliments me or like sends me money, I get wildly uncomfortable because I'm like, okay, thank you. I don't deserve that, but thank you. Um, so please don't take it to heart. There's always trolls. Yeah, I mean, there's always trolls. I don't take it too personally. Even on my chubby emu video, there's like a ton of people that said I should have died. Which is a weird thing to read when when you're suicidal. But I don't know. I don't take comments like that super personally. Good point, Jordan. I'll compliment him instead. Make him uncomfortable. Your hair is looking dashing, Christopher, and you make me a happier person. You all love to torture me. Hey sissy, congrats. Thank you so much. This is wild. You all have played such an important part of it. Yes, I do the hard work of sharing and being vulnerable and working on these videos, but like without you all, like without the support you've given me, without the conversations I've had with some of you personally, without the motivation you give me day in and day out, like I wouldn't be here. I would have quit YouTube forever ago. It's really honestly the thing that's pushed me forward so much is that I've had literally hundreds of people at this point open up to me about all these things, about eating disorders, about trauma, about relationship abuse, and they feel comfortable telling me these things, and they talk about how me talking about these things make it easier for them, and which is just weird and wild. Uh, but it motivates me so much because like to have people tell me these things, and then I have several friends I've made off of YouTube now. Rosalind, Sophia, Annabelle, a bunch of other people in my Discord, Slice of Shakira, like just all these amazing individuals. Recently just had another talk with one of my Patreons, and it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. The fact that I can create a community where I can reach out and talk to people, or people feel empowered to tell their story to me or share it in the comments. Wild. Life is strange. One of my favorite expressions is this idea of life being strange, because I've been in these crazy traumatic moments where like I'm looking around and I'm like, this can't be my life. Like I can't be going through this right now. But then I'm in moments like this where life is strange because I'm like, I have a YouTube channel with 10K subs. What is my life? So I don't know, learning to bask in the beauty and the ugly at the same time. John says, thank you so much for covering so many important subjects in such depth. You're welcome. Thank you so much for support. Rosalind, point me towards the haters and trolls. Big Roz is getting her stomping boots. To be fair, Roz has come for some people who have said some nasty things. Roz is definitely an OG. Chris, yeah, if you want in the Discord, just reach out to me on like social media or email. I'm trying to navigate how we have a community with people struggling with things. And full disclosure, one of the reasons I'm hesitant, I think it's important to communicate. I had someone who was a Patreon of mine. Right now, my Discord's mainly just Patreons. I do want to open up to subs. But one of my Patreons, I won't use his name, but he lost his shit. He told someone to kill themselves. He attacked people's looks. He attacked people. And all anyone did was like try to set healthy boundaries, because he was saying these triggering things and making inappropriate jokes, and he completely lost it. And he did all this harm to people I care very deeply about. It was a very upsetting moment for all of us. And this was a group of like, 15 people. And then I had someone come in and just cause so much damage. And I felt really guilty about that. And I felt like I didn't protect these people that are struggling with all these different issues. And so until I can feel like there's a system in place where we can help, avoid as much of people just coming in and being abusive to the exact people that don't need that in their life, I don't really want to open it up to the public yet. But if you reach out and, I'm more than happy to kind of like let you in and give you that link. I just hope you understand like this moment of someone he literally said someone like looked like AIDS and told someone else to kill themselves. And it was really upsetting and it was not fun for me. So yeah. Let's see. Psychic and Butterfly, congrats on 10K subs, East. I will always remember your lovely, thoughtful response to my message when I was going through a tough time. It means a lot to have such thoughtful souls like you around. Yeah, for the most part, I have been guilty that sometimes when my mental health is not great, I don't always respond to messages. It can be difficult for me to navigate. But in general, like if people take the time to reach out and leave these really lovely and amazing comments, I try my or like reach out to me on Instagram or email. I always try my best to match that level of time and energy put into the comment or email or message. It's really important that I try to reach out as much as I can back to the people that reach out to me. It is overwhelming sometimes in finding personal boundaries. I do have one example where someone reached out to me with this very inappropriate and very deeply triggering kind of set of questions. So finding that boundary between, me as the creator and my channel has been somewhat hard, but for the most part, I absolutely love it when people reach out. We are all your friends. Yeah, I mean, parasocial relationships are so weird to navigate, especially because I'm like being super vulnerable and super transparent and giving you this very intimate look in my life. One of the things I really struggle with is like even in a live stream, like I'm chatting to text bubbles, which is why I've been so thankful to have my Patreons because it gives me a group of people that I reach out to and have one-on-one conversations with. I want to be very careful about the parasocial relationship. But yeah, I definitely like care about you all in this important way. I obviously don't know you. I don't know what you're struggling with. And you all give me glimpses into your lives, but one of the things that just sucks about the nature of this platform is that it is so one way, and I wish there's ways to deconstruct that because it's the social element. It's like one-on-one conversations with real life people where I do the best or I thrive the most. Join Lady Plates, aka Lady Plates, aka Patreon. It's $3 a month, less than a cup of coffee. We get to take care of our baby Christopher. Rylan's relatively new, but she's already the one of the primo hype women. The actions of others aren't your responsibility. He was just a prick. Yeah, definitely. But I want to create a space that is safe and conducive and has expectations. But sometimes the road to hell is paved with good intentions. If I create a space that can be abused or exploited, especially one that can be accessed publicly, um, like some of the people in my Discord, they're really struggling. I'm really struggling. I don't really want to deal with some jackass any more than I have to. So finding ways to deal with that is going to be a challenge. I luckily have two amazing moderators, CJ and Annabelle. You don't have bu- 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 to be honest, I don't have had any trauma of my own, but your videos help me understand the traumas of other people around you. Thank you. Eunice, yeah, that is a really important thing. One of the reasons I create the videos I do is it's not just targeted at people that are going through it, but I also want to try to help educate those that have people who are struggling, especially my suicidal ideation video. Because, back when I first met my ex, like I had an eating disorder, but I didn't really realize it. And I had never been strongly suicidal and I didn't understand anorexia. And so it was hard because I made so many mistakes. Like I have a video talking about Sienna Gomez's line of like, did you eat today? And I used to think that was a totally acceptable question to ask my ex who had anorexia. And I just had to make so many mistakes and learn the hard way. And so one of the other big purposes of my content is to try to help educate those who want to be supportive to people who are actually struggling. That's really difficult. I'm sorry that happened. Navigating that stuff is super difficult. Definitely. Oh God. Also, yeah, you need a moderator. Yeah, luckily I have two amazing moderators who both live in two entirely different time zones. Also, Rylan hyping it up. Hey Ann, how's it going? No worries about being late. Just me casually hitting 10K subs. No big deal. What is it up to now? Oh, I've lost the sub, but hey, we'll take it. Psychic and Butterfly says you are human. There's only so much time and energy you have to give. You do what you can with your boundaries. That's what counts. And you are special, rare person on this platform. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I try really hard. Like I always talk about I'm not here to criticize other YouTubers. Um, you do your jam, but I want to try to set a good example for like the level of expectation and authenticity, especially if you're going to talk about some of these issues. You can't imagine how inspiring you are to me. It might be parasocial, but I think it should be good for you to know that you're doing good to many people, me included. Thank you so much for telling me that. Yeah, and I don't have anything wrong with people saying that I've influenced them. I think sometimes you can get in this weird place where I just want to. I guess it's more so I want to acknowledge that like you know a lot about me. Like some of my YouTube subscribers know more about me than some of my old best friends. These aren't really things I feel the need to talk about in my personal life. They are important things, but you know, YouTube is me, but it's a very, I don't know, focused in on hardship me. And but I don't really know a lot about you all. I have a general idea of what some of you struggle with. Not everyone is in the place where they can open up and tell me, and I just want to respect that. I I don't know you. Some of you, I know you as like usernames and avatars, and that doesn't mean I wouldn't like to get to know you all, but it's just important to me to acknowledge that there is a separation in our relationship. But I still value our relationship, and it still means a lot to me. Let's see. See. Also, can I mention how freaking grateful I am for the community you have created too, some of which have become incredibly important to me in such a short time. I have so much love in my heart. Yeah, one of my big goals as a content creator is to create a community of people that want to be better, who are struggling. I want to normalize struggle and trauma and PTSD and depression. So creating a community of amazing individuals is one of my biggest goals as a content creator. Absolutely. When others are in the dark, they come off as mean. Yes, I have some amazing new friends because of this channel. That's amazing. It's really crazy because in my life, I tend to have friends. I'm one of those people where I'm friends with sort of everyone. And like in high school, like I was friends with some of the jocks, and I was in band, so I was friend with the band kids, and I was in nerdy classes, so I was friends with the nerds. And that kind of dynamic has existed into my adulthood, where like I'll have friends from vastly different walks of life. And there's been a lot of moments where I'll bring them together and I'll be like, oh, like I love you all. Like you all should get along. And they do not get along. And so one of the weirdest experiences is when I was running this Discord. It's a bunch of people that obviously came because they support me and they want to interact with me. But then now some of them are actually like friends with each other. And I'm just like that, like I feel like a happy, and it's just like that moment where you're like, oh my god, my like separate friends are now friends, and I don't know, it's been really cool. Absolutely. When other, let's see, Lisa also agrees, super grateful for this community. Yeah, it's been amazing. For the most part, everyone's super supportive and nice, and the people that are rude or mean are pretty rare and few in between. Rosalind, though through Christopher, I met my white fan of Bell. Ryan, I'm the designated hype man. Christopher, you should know this by now. Yeah, definitely. She's out there just flinging babies and hype left and right. Monsi or Simone says, agreed, really amazing community and so many wonderful, creative people. I'm sorry I've been staying away from it all for a while now. Hope everyone is doing okay. Like, even my own Discord, I've kind of had to take steps back. I talk about it in my Discord why. So, you know, people have left the Discord, people have left my community, people have unsubscribed. Like, I don't take any of it personally. I always advocate for personal boundaries. Like, I want you to deal with the things like if something doesn't feel healthy or something's too much, always by all means, like you don't have to watch my videos, you don't have to be a part of my community. Like I want you to do as well as you can. And if that means taking a step away from me, my content, my community, by all means, I support it. Let's see. Sarah HM, where can I reach out to you? Which platform are you most comfortable with? Probably Instagram is, if you want to get a response from me relatively quickly, I would say probably Instagram, just because that's the one I check the most. Email's not bad either. And all my Instagram and my email is in the description of all my videos. So there's a link, it will take you straight to that. I think you're very inspirational because you're real. I don't feel like such a lost cause. Yeah, I think one of the things I find really difficult about some self-help YouTube creators is that like everything feels like bullshit. Like their advice is good, but it always feels detached from the realities, right? Like it's detached from the fact that sometimes we're awful people. It's detached from sometimes life just fucking sucks. It's detached from the fact that we're self-destructive or we don't always understand what's going on. I just want to push that narrative of like trying to work to understand yourself and like getting away from the bullshit. Like life isn't easy, life isn't plain, like we're never truly victims, we're never truly victimizers. Like there's always gray, and exploring that is really important to me. uh God, Yandani, hey there, congratulations. Hey, how's it going? Sudad, it's amazing highlighting a subject that is so stigmatized. Suffering from mental health is quite embarrassing for many people. It definitely is. So many people kind of make these comments of like, I don't know how you talk about the things that you talk about. You're so brave. You're so courageous. At this point, like, I've gotten so used to doing this that I sort of forget how hard it was. But, me talking about my mental health is only brave or courageous in the context that, like, societally it's deemed undesirable, right? Like, fundamentally, for something to be brave or admirable or inspirational, it implies that, like, that's not the expected behavior, which means societally, like, it's not expected that you talk about your mental health. It's not expected that you be emotionally aware or be okay with claiming your trauma. And I don't think that's right. Henry, it's so beautiful that you've created this space to bring people together. Yeah, it's wild. I had this notebook because for me, like, intentions are really important. So I sat down and thought very deeply about what I wanted my YouTube channel to be, what my intentions were, what my values were before I ever uploaded a video. And one of the big intentions that I set forth is that I want to create a community. That's been in the back of my mind since I started this channel. So to get to this place is just kind of wild, where I'm actually kind of starting a community. Let's see. You're basically a father in the Discord, having us all be besties and each other. We are a family. Yeah, there was one time where I joined a group call that I had on my Discord, and you were all being so well behaved, and I felt like a dad. I was like, oh, look, my kids are getting along. No one's fighting. Actually, Christopher is Rosalind and my son, and you all are our grandchildren. Rosalind's 22 and I'm 27, so I don't think that works out, but I get what you mean. Let's see. Great idea, Strings and Pedal. Congratulations on 10. Hey, Annabelle. Congratulations on 10K. I've discovered your channel a few months ago. I'm struggling with an eating disorder, and content helped me so much in so many ways. I can't thank you enough for that. Yeah, I definitely understand that. I've been struggling really badly with my body dysmorphia and my binge eating disorder. I quit my bulimic and purging behavior with fitness, which is great. But it's made the effects of my binge eating disorder materialize in weight gain, and it's been really hard to deal with that because I'm the heaviest I've been in 9 years. But just finding ways to power through that and talking through that is definitely content that I want to create someday. Eunice, go to sleep. Anyone in Europe, go to sleep. It's fine. Thank you so much for dropping in. I appreciate it. That's true. Let's see. Hey, Josie. Hey, Christopher. Glad to see that you're actively trying to engage with your community. What advice would you give someone in your shoes wanting to create content revolved around sharing? Real quick, Sarah HM, have a good night. Thank you so much for dropping in. I appreciate it. Josie, uh, advice I'd give someone about creating content. So one of the rules I had for myself before I ever started my channel, one of the reasons I hesitated was because of this rule. I made a promise that if I was going to talk about these things, then I was going to talk about them as honestly and rawly as possible. And if I was not willing to make that commitment to being truthful and transparent, then I shouldn't create the content. And so that was a really hard promise for me to make. I haven't always kept that promise. There's kind of a huge thing in my life that I haven't talked about yet. Well, there's a bunch of huge things in my life I haven't talked about yet. So I don't know. If you want to create content, especially if it's about mental health or eating disorders or trauma or PTSD or depression, like you have to keep in mind like who's your audience. Like your audience is people suffering with these things, and so you have to keep them like how is my content going to impact them? One of the biggest steps of my script writing process is like spending all this time thinking about the impact to the people watching. How is someone struggling with this type of eating disorder versus this type of eating disorder going to feel about this video? How is someone who's more in the beginning stages of their depression or suicidal ideation going to feel? And so if you want to help people and if you really want to create value, you have to think about that. And that is overwhelming and challenging and requires a lot of you. But when you hit it and you nail it, obviously you get rewarded for it. And I think it's a worthwhile endeavor. If you ever do create content and you want like feedback or opinion or help or advice, I also have a bunch of people reach out to me about YouTube stuff. By all means, if you want to ask me YouTube questions or get my opinion on something, hit me up. Sharing overcoming their personal struggle. Yeah, so I think it's really amazing to share your personal struggle, your personal struggle, but just keep in mind morality, virtue, and ethics, and you'll be golden. There's so many negativity all over social media. Yeah, I mean, I don't. That's why I don't really use a Twitter. I mean, my channel does have a Twitter. I don't know how to use it, but uh, there's so much negativity. There's so many upset and hurt people. I get it, but I just want to spread a little bit of positivity if I can. Let's see. I agree with you on the self-help community. They don't always accept the whole picture. You're not afraid of the shadow of embracing wholeness rather than just having it be to all toxic positivity. Yeah, like bullshit toxic positivity or like unrealistic standards of stuff doesn't help, right? It's like I don't. Sometimes I tell people like I'm suicidal or depressed, and sometimes people will say shit like, "Oh, like have you ever tried not being not being depressed?" And I'm like, I didn't think about that. You're right. I should have tried that one first. So I don't know. There's nothing wrong with kind of lighter, more surface level advice to people, but on some level, like it's not that helpful, or at least I never found it helpful, which is another reason why I started producing the content that I did. We're all well-behaved children most of the time. Most of the time, you're well-behaved. Uh, I'm in bed now. Hey, Chriselle, how's it going? Another one of my amazing patrons. I low-key forget we're all not from the Midwest. Yeah, no. People from Germany, Austria, all over the country, or all over the world, which has been really cool, is the sheer number of people that reach out to me that's outside of the US. I'm very honored about that. Her stand-up centers. Comedian Maria Bumford is someone I look up to. Her stand-up centers around her wanting to bring mental health out in the open so it can be discussed without shame. She's hilarious. I'll definitely check that up. I always love stand-up comedy. Okay, Mom, now share your casserole recipe. Hell yeah, you are. Can I ask, what's your script writing process look like? So my script writing process usually starts with an idea. Oh God. I actually have a really first off, like I'm always conceptualizing where I want my channel to move forward, what things I want to talk about. So I have a very large spider webbing like kind of map of all these different ideas and how they're kind of linked together. And then so I try to focus on a lot of my content. If you've watched my chained my chained avoidance video or my recent community post, all my content tends to build off of each other. So there's usually some sort of order that I need to cover the videos. So the first part is finding like what topics I want to talk about, how to interweave them together. And then I finally get into the video itself. And so I always start off with what's the big idea. I literally type that out. And then I dive into like what I'm trying to accomplish with the video. Then I talk about who am I trying to reach. So I spend a lot of time thinking about my audience. Then I type out like just kind of the major points that I want to cover. Then I kind of create a loose outline and then I slowly flesh it out. I have pretty bad ADHD, so I tend to hop around. I don't have a very linear script writing process. I tend to focus on the points I really want to talk about and then kind of like blend them together with things like intros, outros, transitions, but really working hard to hone the major points of a script. Uh, Literally, his scripts are like Shakespeare's wrote it. He's a word wizard. Uh, I'm nowhere close to Shakespeare. I am trying to be good at becoming a better writer. I'm not a writer by trade. I do computer science and technical things. So becoming a better writer and also having the background of spoken poetry has helped a lot. Appreciate your transparency and addressing my questions so directly. Congratulations on the milestone. I know there will be more to come. I'll find you on Discord one day. Take care for now. Yeah, definitely. Have a good day, Josie. Have a great evening. I have to go to bed. I'm so proud of you, Chris. Yeah, head out, Henry. Thank you so much for stopping in. Have you ever tried? I like the ones of like, have you ever tried an antidepressant? And I'm like, okay. Lisa, I've never found that helpful. If anything, I find it grating when people respond with surface level stuff. Exactly. I mean, like our traumas are not surface level. They're deep rooted and tend to be chronic. And the reasons we have depression is there's never like really surface level reasons why we're suffering. They're usually pretty profound and deep, and we don't even realize the full extent of them. So why in the world would surface level advice help at all? Uh, Always the daylight lamp and water. No, they always say. Oh my God, yes, the daylight. Yeah, the daylight lamp and salt lamps and water. Oh, or like, have you gotten outside more or meditating? Don't get me wrong, I like meditating. I think it has value. But when people recommend that I should meditate as a way to directly help with some of the things I'm dealing with, and because I have tried in the pit of my suicidal ideation, I did try to meditate and it was like slightly helpful. But at that point, it's like kind of throwing a bucket of water on like a blazing, like a house on fire. It's just like, I guess that helped. Like that did something, I think. Eat healthy, that's another one. Yeah, no, the eat healthy is an annoying typical advice. Or when people suggest therapy, don't get me wrong, I love therapy. And therapy is amazing. But for me, therapy was amazing, but also made things worse because I was in denial about a lot of stuff. And then to finally face the things that were getting brought up in therapy were for a while very overwhelming and made things a lot worse. And then I think therapy is great at showing you the path, but like you still have to walk down that path. So like therapy is not a promised solution to anything and sometimes can make things temporarily worse. Not I still think you should go to therapy and I still think it has value, but it's not the answer. Hey, I think it's Rappy. Rappy Plays. Hey, how's it going? Maybe a book in the future. Yeah, I mean, I've kind of wanted to be an author. I think it'd be dope to write a book, but a little ways away from writing a book at the moment. Have you all ever tried going outside for some fresh air? Absolutely annihilates depression. Yeah. Oh my God. Why is my wife stop? Rosalind, never considered it. Going to have to try it. The outside thing feels even similar when you live in Michigan and it's cold and dark 6 months a year. Yeah, I feel you. I live in northern Indiana, like 3 hours from Chicago, and it's already miserable. I can't imagine living in Chicago or any of the northern states. That would suck. no shade at Michigan. Indiana's not that much better. So whole I've never been outside actually. CJ, pretty much everything that is recommended is typically healthy and helpful. It just might not help with depression. I've had the same issue with therapy. You have to be ready to confront any issues, otherwise, it's not a great experience. Um, Definitely, therapy was amazing, but like when I first got diagnosed with PTSD, it was really difficult because at that point, one of the major coping strategies I was using to kind of deal with everything was to be in denial. And I kept on telling myself that I was like overplaying things and being dramatic. But then when I was diagnosed with complex PTSD, complex PTSD, I was like, no, surely I can't have PTSD. That's like what soldiers get. And then my therapist was like, from just like the little that you've told me, like what you went through was enough to cause, post traumatic stress disorder. So that realization and that diagnosis was really difficult. I was also diagnosed with major depressive disorder, ADHD, and mild anxiety disorder. ADHD was a good diagnosis because it, like, not all diagnoses are bad. Like, for instance, ADHD was really helpful because all my life I just felt like I was lazy or a bad student. That there was that, not that something was wrong with me, but I was just like, I was a bad person because I couldn't focus. And then when I found out I had inattentive or ADD or ADHD inattentive, it was like such a blessing because I was like, no, like there has been something wrong with me this whole time. I haven't been making it up. So that was really nice. Uh, I love how we're over here just roasting people who think they have helpful solutions that we have only heard 1,000 times. Definitely, outside sounds scary. No shade, Michigan. We are cold. Definitely cold. Strings and pedal all stick to the lamp. Oh, one of my favorite things is like kind of dark humor. Dark humor doesn't really have a place in my live stream because it can be kind of triggering, but like sarcastic roasting like this is my favorite. In my Discord, I literally have a section called Meme Christopher. So if you all have any dank memes making fun of me, oh please, by all means, send it to me. Arguably, though, to get better, it will always have to get worse for a little bit first. That's what deconstruction does. Absolutely. One of the big things I argue is that for things to get better, they intrinsically have to get worse. Because one of the core foundations of things getting better is to deeply understand what you're dealing with. If you don't understand it, you can't do anything about it. So, but one of the major negative consequences of first, working to deeply understand things is that it makes things a lot worse in the beginning. Um, but eventually it gets better sometimes. I think, yeah, it gets better. Click dude here from Chubby Umu. Thank you for so much for checking out my tiny channel. So many amazing people from Chubby Emu came and visited my channel and stuck around. It means a lot. I appreciate it. Minnesota, one of those northern states. Yeah, Minnesota would be tough. The winters there, nope. I just started therapy. I found a therapist who has similar background to me as far as trauma. It has helped a lot, but it's not for everyone, and the wrong therapist can be harmful. Yeah, the first time I went to therapy, this is something I'll talk about in a video. It really sucked. It wasn't good for me. But the second therapist I found, good old AA Ron, he was amazing, and I'm super thankful for him. It can be tough, and sometimes it can be a really negative experience, and depending on healthcare and your situation, it often will probably be sort of shitty. But when you do find a good therapist, it's truly worth it. Everyone says that, and I know it's like one of those things you have to experience yourself. And especially if you've had shit therapist, you're like, no fucking way, therapy is good. Like, no. But once you find a good therapist, like, it makes sense. No wonder I feel like I connect with you in some way. My best friend has CPTSD. I've seen her struggle, and it's really hard because I feel like I can't do anything but listen to her struggle. I mean, that's kind of the truth. Is one of the difficult things I learned with my experiences with my ex fiance is like, no matter how much I loved her, no matter how much how I tried, no matter how much, time and energy I put into her, like I couldn't save her life. Like I could give her more time, I could be understanding, I could be supportive, but I couldn't stop her eating disorder. Like there was nothing I could do. Like it wasn't that I wasn't loving her enough or being supportive enough. Like it was a journey she had to go through. In the same ways that, like, yeah, like I am struggling with suicidal ideation, but like there's nothing any of you can do. That's not your role. That's not your place. You don't have that kind of access to me in life. And even if you did, like, that's a journey I have to take and I have to perform. So one of the difficult natures of trying to help people is that, for the most part, there's not really much you can do besides be supportive and understanding and someone to talk to. Dina, how's it going, Easter? I haven't had an Easter one in forever. I used to get bullied on Easter for having the last name of East. That's a good one. I made fun of my own disability and chronic pain all the time. Gets a lot of weird looks. Yeah, I have a bad habit of making dead dad jokes, um, which is a little in poor taste, and can be off-putting. But it's just one of those ways you try to cope. Embellish. I feel the same way about my ADHD diagnosis. 85% life finally made sense. Everything from my epilepsy to my anxiety. Yeah. And then also my ADHD, it makes sense why it's really comorbid with my PTSD and my depression, which are all things I'll talk about in the future. Devin says, for me, past shame dictates a big part of in my self growth, and OCD and ADHD issues seems like a simple problem to overcome, but it can be pretty deep rooted. We're all our own worst enemies to some degree. Definitely, it's tough because even sometimes when you understand, one of the big problems I have is I'm very self-aware, and I'm very, like, in my chain avoidance video, I literally talk about how I'm using this very particular avoidance mechanism and I recognize it. But even when we have a deep level of self-awareness, that's only like the first half of the problem. But executing on that and making progress forward is an entirely different set of challenges that are very confusing, and don't always make sense. Good night, Roslyn. Oh, Roslyn's going to bed. Okay, go to sleep. I'm glad you're knackered. Talk to you later. Yeah, definitely. Rylan, crap therapist next time. My crap therapist next time. Life literally felt more validated watching your videos than my appointment with him. Yeah. One of the other things that's really tough is that sometimes there's a lot of content creators that approach mental health from an academic clinical point of view, which I absolutely think has value, right? Like, I'm not saying like watching people who are psychologists or therapists doesn't have value. And one of the things I struggle with is like I'm not a therapist. I'm not I have no formal education really in psychology or therapy or like philosophy or anything like that. So I always try to be really cognizant of the fact that, like, I don't have that position of authority. But the thing that becomes really tough is that when people talk about these very real and personal experiences from this sort of detached and academic way, it can leave for this disconnect because it almost feels like, I don't know. It's like me, like, I've never been to Africa, right? And this is gonna be a weird metaphor, but I can read and read and read and read about what it's like to be Africa. But like, until I actually experience it, there's always gonna be this disconnect between no matter how well I study something, no matter how deeply I understand it, this disconnect between the immediacy and the authentic details of that experience and the way you approach it from a clinical or academic point of view. Uh, Poor taste, you mean dark humor, pure comedy? Well, Ryland, okay, so I had a call with Ryland, and her and I are very similar. We're just making jokes left and right about all the things we've been through. But for some people, it is overwhelming and definitely not their cup of tea. It can be triggering, so I try to be careful with my dark humor because if you don't know me and don't know the things I've gone through, it can sound like I'm being really fucked up. Oh dang, I'm sorry. No, I didn't take offense to it. I thought it was funny. Easter is one of my favorite holidays purely because I always used to joke when I was younger that I was like my family's holiday, which is just comedy gold. Always been funny. Let's see, how long has this been going on? Sitting at just an hour. Oh, we're dropping down to 100 too. Maybe I'll go sub 10K in the same live stream that I hit 10K. Not sure. I'm excited though. I think it just covers a broad spectrum of emotions and feelings like self-esteem, focus, goals, and hyper self-awareness. It can be debilitating, but the only way out of self-acceptance though. Yeah, definitely. Experience blows academics out of the water. If you haven't been through it, it can be like describing the color blue. Definitely. I in one of my earliest spoken words, I have this, what is the line? Empathy. Yeah, I basically talk about how like some experiences can't be conveyed through words, no matter how articulate you are. Some things have to be experienced and lived through. Okay, strings and pedals, go to bed. I think I'm about to probably end the live stream here soon anyway. Excuse me. Thank you so much for being a friend, Annabelle, and a supporter and spending this milestone with me. I appreciate it. I could definitely see how past shame would be overcoming past shame would be a part of overcoming OCD and also a part of how OCD continues. Mm. Oh, okay. I'm very overwhelmed and now I'm tired. This has been amazing. Uh, I'm working on some really important videos coming up in the near future. I'm really excited to share them with you all. I just want to take a second for those in the live stream or those that watched the playback of this live stream. Just thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for making this possible. Thank you for helping me turn what felt like this stupid and reckless and arrogant idea of trying to help people by transforming my trauma into content. And now I feel like, I have space on YouTube and I can find success and I can help people. And so, yes, like I always say, like, yes, I do take on the hard work of creating the content, but without you all, without people consuming it, giving me feedback, sharing their story with me, like, this is all meaningless. A tool or a piece of thing meant to help people is only as useful as it being used, right? I can create the most amazing content in the world, but if no one watches it, then, it serves no purpose. So just from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything. Thank you for the people that have subscribed. Thank you for the people that have watched my videos, the people that have reached out to me directly, those that have financially supported me, to those that have become my friend, and every other kind of thing you all do. And regardless if the way you've impacted me or my channel is small or little, I appreciate it. I know we all have different kind of things we're going through in life and capabilities of sharing or helping. No one is more important than other people. I just want to genuinely say, this means the world to me. This is the one healthy thing I've done in my life. Everything else I've done in my life has been toxic or for bad reasons or hasn't been healthy. This is the one thing that is pure in my life and genuinely to help other people and bring meaning into my life. So thank you for being a part of that. It really does mean everything to me. Thanks for sharing the moment with us. Have a great evening. Bask in the happy feelings. Thank you for making such amazing content and creating this wonderful community. Thank you, CJ. Thank you, Simone. David, OCD is actually pretty misunderstood by a lot of people, misconstrued through other things like anxiety. YouTube, a guy named Jonathan Grayson. It's pretty eye opening and has helped me a lot. Yeah, OCD is definitely a weird and fickle thing. Write this down. Maria Bramford. Look her up on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna literally post it in a separate tab. Copy. There we go. Okay, I'll be checking her out right as soon as the stream ends. Thank you. I hope she's funny. If she is, shout out to the recommendation. Siddhat, thank you for sharing. Thank you for dropping in. Rylands, if we are ending soon, I'm so honored to get to experience with you all 10K of you beautiful people. Thank you, Christopher, for putting yourself out there in such grace, humility, and rawness. Thank you. I appreciate it. Valerie A, thank you for dropping in. Low main nut 69. Nice. I do like sorry. I don't like dumb humor so much. Lisa M. Oh, trust me, I know it is Devin. One of the hardest things about having is the way society gets it wrong. Definitely. Yeah, so I'll be ending the stream. Thank you so much for being a part of this moment with you all. With me, you all. It means a lot. Until I see you next time, as I always say, have a good night or morning, wherever you're at. And I appreciate you.